Click the brush icon to view and select from over 180 brushes preloaded into ZBrush, with even more brushes accessible through Lightbox. Be sure to follow me on YouTube as I will be creating content to demonstrate every brush in ZBrush. But for now, let's cover the basic set of brushes used for sculpting as well as different types of brushes you have available. The Move brush pushes and pulls portions of your mesh in the direction of choice. Rotate around your model and position yourself in order to manipulate the surface as needed. Hold the Alt key to push and pull in the direction of your surface normals. At any time, press and hold the spacebar key to open a pop-up menu containing easily accessible brush options. Among many other options, use this menu to change the size of your brush, your focal shift which controls how hard or soft of a fall off your brush has, and Z intensity which controls the strength of your brush. The clay brush is a square shaped brush with a flat top finish, good for building form with repeated strokes. Hold the Alt key when brushing to dig into your mesh. Change the tip and look of some of your brushes by adding and swapping alphas. Click the alpha icon and select from a collection of pre-installed alphas. Now when stroking your model, your alpha shape will be applied. At any time, holding the Shift key on your keyboard will toggle on your smooth brush. The standard brush features a round tip with a short fall off. This brush is good for organic sculpting. Using a large brush on a thin portion of your mesh will also affect the backside of your mesh when sculpting. Resolve this by opening up the brush menu and inspecting the auto masking tab. Click to enable backface masking button. Now you will be issue free when using large brushes on a mesh. The damn standard brush carves creases into your mesh. Hold the Alt key to create a raised edge. This brush is ideal for applying creases and semi-sharp edges to your model. At any time, you can enable or disable symmetrical sculpting on your mesh by opening the Transform menu and pressing the Activate Symmetry button. Choose a single axis for symmetry or a combination of axes. The Pinch brush pulls geometry within range to a single point as you brush across your mesh. This brush is ideal for creating sharper edges or closing the gap between areas. View your undo history for each stroke or edit to your mesh here. Click and drag to move backwards or forwards through your undo history. The Polish brush sands down your surface to an eventual flat plane. This brush is ideal for creating smooth and planar surfaces. The H Polish brush is a stronger version of the Polish brush that clips its effects when meeting another hard edge. This brush is ideal for creating flat areas ending with hard edges. Return any brush to its default settings by opening the brush menu and navigating to the bottom and press the Reset Current Brush button. You may also press the Reset All Brushes button to reset all of your brushes to their default settings. Isolate a portion of your mesh for focus work with your selection tools. Hold both Control and Shift keys to activate. Now click and drag across your model to isolate. Hold Control and Shift keys while click and dragging in the background to invert your visible selection. Hold both Control and Shift keys and click in the background to clear your selection. When you want to view the inside of your mesh, open the Display Properties subpalette and enable the Double button. At any time, hold the Control key to toggle on your Mask Pen brush. Use masking to protect portions of your mesh from being affected. ZBrush comes with 8 variations of mask brushes. Hold the Control key and click the brush icon to view your mask brushes. Try out other versions of mask brushes, especially the Mask Lasso brush, as it is fast and masks everything behind this lasso shape. Invert your mask by holding the Control key and clicking the background of your viewport. Remove all masks from your mesh by holding the Control key while click and dragging in the background of your viewport. Holding Control while clicking on your model will blur your mask. Holding Control and Alt while clicking on your model will sharpen your mask. IMM brushes are a collection of pre-modeled assets. Selecting any IMM brush will pop up a list of included assets. Click and drag to scrub through the list and select a model of choice. Next, proceed to click and drag on your mesh to insert. Be aware that IMM brushes don't work with subdivision levels. Press the W key on your keyboard to activate the Gizmo 3D. This is your means of moving visible and unmasked portions of your mesh around your scene. Easily rotate, scale, and squish geometry with the Gizmo 3D. Holding the Alt key will allow you to reposition your Gizmo 3D. Pressing the GPS icon in the middle will move your Gizmo 3D to the center of your unmasked mesh. Enable LSim when using Gizmo 3D with symmetry enabled for ease of use. Clip brushes use curves and shapes to condense geometry along edges. After selecting the clip curve brush, activate by holding both Shift and Control key. Next, click and drag to draw a line across your mesh. Once released, all geometry on the shaded side of the line will be condensed up to the line. Hold Shift and Control while clicking the brush icon to see and select from other clip brushes. The knife brush works the same as the clip brushes. However, the knife brushes will remove the geometry on the other side of the curve or shape. Hold both Shift and Control key while clicking the brush icon to see other knife brushes. Continue to experiment with this brush set and options. In the next clip, we will put them to use in a sculpting project.